Welcome to the new year 2025, and I'm super excited. So, now let me start with Happy New Year! I pray that this year is going to be a prosperous and an amazing one for every one of us in the name of Jesus. So, welcome once again to the Real Talk with Maria, and my name is Adejare Oluwatumilara, and I'm going to be your host on this show. Trust me, you will not regret following this podcast show because you are going to have a lot of information, you're going to have a lot of motivations, and a whole lot more, and you will definitely not regret it. So, what do I want to talk about today? So, like I said, it's a new year, it's a new season, it's a new you, it's another time for having a new opportunities and other lot more. But guess what? It might be a new year and might not be a fulfilled year. Trust me, it is not a curse. It's not that there are certain principles that governs life. And anyone that miss out of it, I don't know. You may not enjoy life. I'm not saying that life is going to be easy. Sometimes life is hard, sometimes life is easy, but it depends on how you see life. So I'm going to be telling you on this video certain ways or certain things that you need to know in order to have a fulfilled year in this year 2025. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is reflect and reevaluate on the year 2024. Before you jump into a new time, a new season, or a new space, you have to first reflect on the previous job or the previous year that you had gone through. What do I mean? Year 2024 was an amazing year for me, but I realized that I couldn't do some certain things because I didn't take my time to notice some certain things. So that's why I want you to first reflect. Some people might have done it, but if you haven't done it, I'm here to tell you some things that you can do in order to have a fulfilled year. So the first thing first, like I said, is evaluate or reflect on the previous year. You know, one of the things that we don't do often is that we often jump into or crossover into the new year and don't even reflect on what has happened in the previous year. Note my word, I say reflect, I did not say dwell. Because sometimes we get carried away by the mistakes we have done in year 2024, and it creates a type of fear in our hearts that we will repeat the same thing in the year 2025. And that is not possible. Once you're able to reflect on it and even understand it better, you will not repeat the same mistake. So that's why I am here to tell you this, so that you will not repeat the same mistake that you did in the year 2024, and also repeat that same mistake in the year 2025. So the first thing that I have here is ask yourself what things went wrong last year. You need to ask yourself, why was I not able to do this? Why was I not able to do some certain things? For me, I wasn't able to do my podcast show last year because I was so carried away with my business and I forgot the law of balance. And it's very, very important. I'll be talking about that also. But I want you to reflect and evaluate what were the things that went wrong in my year 2024 and how was I able to overcome them. I wasn't able to overcome my own because it was so late before I realized it, and I don't want you to repeat the same thing. So ask yourself, what things went wrong? Okay, what went wrong? Why was I not able to get promoted in my place of work? Why was I not able to get what I wanted to get? Why was I able not to do what I was supposed to do? And then the other thing was, how was I able to handle certain crises or circumstances that I came across in the year 2024? How were you able to handle those things, those challenges, those circumstances? Because trust me, even in the year 2025, it doesn't mean that because it's a new year, you will not pass through some circumstances. It's a lie. But you need to ask yourself, how was I able to handle these things? How was I able to be able to maneuver my way around the circumstances, and I was able to still stand strong despite the fact that I fell in the year 2024. And also, what system worked for me last year? Some of us, we had to use some systems, and you realize that your business went from a 0 to 100. So what system worked better? A man once said that the way to know a wise man is him repeating the same results that brought out the best system in a man. What do I mean? There are certain systems that worked perfectly for you in the year 2024. It's wisdom to use those same system again. Trust me, you can create more, but trust me, one of the wisest things or the safest things that you can do this year is making sure that the system that worked for you last year, you repeat that same system. It might be for your business, maybe that you went from, you had a good marketing strategy. Why don't you try it again this year? And guess what? If you have done better at the thing, you can do more better at that same thing if you work it out well. And all that thing was, what kind of association did I keep? Trust me, some of us we ran into last year. For me, I had to lose a relationship, and guess what? It was for the good, because I realized that the relationship was not helping move forward. So I had to leave the relationship. So you have to ask yourself, what type of relationship was I in? Was I in last year? And I realized that it did not help me. And also for some of you that are in a romantic relationship, that boyfriend of yours or that girlfriend of yours, are they helping you make progress? Are they really concerned about you excelling? Are they really concerned about your business flourishing? Are they really concerned about your spiritual life going better? So those type of association, check it out. What kind of relationship do I keep? Oh, this set of people, I work with them and my life went so far. My business went so smooth. Those are the type of things you're going to evaluate on. Oh, the kind of relationship I met, the kind of friends I met. I had to stop a relationship last year because I know that with that certain relationship, I will not go far in the year 2024. So evaluate on it. What kind of relationship did I keep last year? Can they work for me this year? And if they cannot work for you, please cut them off immediately you watch this video. Don't associate with yourself with those people that are not going very far. The next thing is, what skill was I able to learn last year? What skill? Some of us, we learned something last year. Can that skill work for you in the year 2025? So you have to check out, how can the skill I learned last year, how can it help me in this year 2025? You may learn the art of drawing. You may learn maybe handmade work. And how can it work for you in this year 2025? How can you work with it that it can make money for you? So evaluate on it. The skill that I learned last year, how can I put it to use this year? You've learned, but it's not enough to learn, it's enough to implement what you have learned. So check on that. And then the next thing is, how much was I able to save? See, some of us, somebody like me last year, I realized that I was able to save as much as possible, and I was able to get a mic for this podcast. So I'm saying that, how much were you able to save last year? And for some of you that haven't even spent your savings from last year, you can check it out. What is the thing that you need right now? And then you have saved enough and you can buy, and it's going to help your business, your career, or whatever work better. And also check, how much was I able to save last year? Can I also do more this year? Let me tell you one principle. I'm going to talk about this, but let me just say this one. I saw something on IG late last year, I think around December, and the person said, if you can save 100 naira every year, every day in a year, you can make 1 million naira by December 31st. And I started it already. And even though I have not been consistent, but then, if you had saved up last year, you can still save better up this year. You can do times two. I was able to save 1 million last year. Can I save 2 million? That's why I said, what method worked for you last year? It may be like you spent less, and then you can also reflect that, oh, I was able to spend less last year. So why don't I also spend less this year so that I can be able to save times two of what I saved last year. And another thing I'm going to mention here is, what are the things that you did last year that you need to stop doing? Some of you love to eat so much, and then you realize that you are not able to go to the gym or have a good body shape. So you have to stop eating too much. I don't know what is that habit that you need to stop doing, that it did not help you in the year 2024. You need to drop it now. Drop that habit now. Trust me, that habit will not help you. So that habit that that it did not work for you last year, maybe like you were clubbing too much and then realize that you were not able to save up. It may be that you went excess, some of you like excess shopping. You need to stop doing it this year. If at the economy, I'm not saying that the economy is affecting anybody, but I believe that this economy has been able to help so many people wise up and buy only what they need and not what they want or what they desire or what you just want to get. So make sure that that thing that you know that it did not work for you in the year 2024, don't carry it into this year 2025. I know that some days have gone in this year 2025, and guess what? 2025 is not waiting for anybody. It's running fast. So please, you need to check up on those things and stop doing them. You need to stop doing them. And also, what books did I read that worked for me? Trust me, some of you, there's certain book that I read last year and it helped me. And I'm implementing them this year. So why don't you look at your notepad and check out the points that you have written out from those certain books and work on it. Some of you may read books on sales, on how to have better sales, how to sell well. Why don't you reflect on that same book again? Check out those books again and say, oh, this year 2025, why don't I implement what I've read and then put it to practice? It's very, very important. And also, were you able to stay consistent last year? For me, I wasn't able to stay consistent last year because I wasn't able to do any. I stopped my podcast around April. So I realized, okay, so I checked out what were things that did not allow me to stay consistent. Okay, can I use another method? Can I do this? Can I do that? So why were you not consistent with your business? Why were you not consistent being a best worker in your workplace? And trust me, you're on your way to have a better 2025. All you need to do is just highlight those points. After this video, you can rewatch, download, write it down, check it out, give yourself, even if like 10 minutes before you sleep tonight, check it out. Okay, the questions I've said, the steps I've taken, carry it out and evaluate on your year 2024. Trust me, you will not regret it. And you'll realize that you have so many, but you realize that you have so many things to make your year a fulfilled one. And then to the number 2 point is pray. Okay, God. You need to pray. Trust me. If you don't pray this year, I don't know how you are going to navigate through. Because one of the things have ever discovered is that there are certain things that you will not know until you ask in the place of prayer. And that's why the scripture says that call upon me and I will tell you and show you great and mighty things that you don't know of. Trust me, you don't know how the year 2025 is going to be. You have plans, yes. I know you have resolutions. I know you have a lot of goals. You have vision boards and everything. But trust me, there are so many great things that even you yourself, you don't know. You don't know where you'll be in the month September. You don't know where you'll be in the month October. You don't know the kind of contract you receive this year. That is why it's very important for you to pray. Some of you, your business, don't just, it's a new year. You need new ideas. You need new motivations. You need new innovations. You need new people to work with. You need new investors. You need more people to come into your space. But trust me, if you don't pray, I don't know. There are principles, but guess what? Prayer is the advantage we have as believers. Prayer is the advantage that we have as human beings on earth. So if you can pray, trust me, there are certain ways your business can take shape. There are certain things that even yourself you don't know. So if you don't know some things about yourself, why don't you ask the one who knows some things about yourself? The book of Mark chapter 7 verse 7 says, ask and it shall be given. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be opened unto you. There are certain doors that until you knock, it will not open. Imagine you going to someone's house and then you don't knock the house and you expect them to open the gate for you. It's not possible. Some of us our gates like the goals. Oh, I have the goals, and you expect the goals to just come all of a sudden. No, you have to knock, and that knocking comes from the place of prayer. God knows what you need, but He wants to hear from your mouth and wants to hear what you need. It is very, very intentional. So make sure you don't miss prayer this year. Before you step out into your business, pray. After you close for the day, pray. God, what idea do you want me to do? Even when you are even checking out some things during your business workplace, whenever you have lunch break or something, even in your workplace, God, what is the idea that nobody has ever done in this office that I can bring? And trust me, your promotion is on the way. All you need to do is pray. So this year, you must understand the act of prayer. Is very important. You want to radiate, you want to illuminate the light of God in your workplace, in your business, all over the world. You need to pray. Trust me, a prayerful man can never run out of ideas. A prayerful man can never miss it. A prayerful man will always be fresh, will always bring new innovation. People will be like, wow, where did you get this thing from? And you're like, I prayed about it, because that's what prayer can do for you. It can bring speed. Trust me, prayer can also bring speed. Some of you are looking for visibility, you're looking for speed, you're looking for open doors. Prayer can go a long way. And that's what leads me to my third point. Make sure you make God your number one priority this year. The scripture says, and there's this scripture that says, those who know their God shall be strong and do exploits. There are certain times you will get tired this year. Just it's not going to be smooth. But if you know your God, if you make God your priority, this year is going to be a smooth one for you. I'm not saying that difficulties will not come. I'm not saying that challenges will not come. But if you make God your priority this year, trust me, hey, your life, in fact, you don't realize that even if you are falling, you are still standing. You still pick up yourself, because no man falls. Sometimes you may fall hard and you're able to like stand on your own. That's why God is always there. He said God is our ever-present help in time of trouble. Once you make God your shepherd, you will not lack anything. Once you make him your priority, you study your word, you study the word, you spend time praying. Then this time around, there is a period of fasting. How are you seeking God's face concerning your business? How are you seeking God's face concerning that thing that He has placed in your hand? Make God your priority. And trust me, you cannot work with God and still be stranded. You cannot work with God and you will not make exploits. You cannot work with God and not be prosperous. This Joshua chapter 1 verse 8 said, meditate on this word day and night, and your ways shall be prosperous. You will succeed in all things. So make God your priority. Study His word, pray, and trust me, you will not miss out on like having a beautiful year in year 2025. Now, this one I want to go into, I may be a lot, I may stay a lot on it because I read something on Twitter, and ever since last year I've been thinking and rethinking, and I read a book actually. You guys need to get a book, Process by Dr. Aki Akipelu. Please, you need to get that book because that book, I read it, I think January 2nd. No, I started from December 29, and I read it into the year. Yeah, I wasn't able to like read the book at once. And that book, I love the book. It was saying so many certain things that we, especially in the Gen Zs, we are always like we're not comfortable with. And let me start with the post I saw on Twitter last year, and I got inspired by that post. It's not a very quoting, inspirational quote. The lady was like, "This year I didn't make my first 1 million. This year I didn't open a new store. This year I didn't start a new business. This year I didn't, there was another thing she said, I didn't change my wardrobe or something. But this year I learned UI UX developer program." And in my mind, I'm like, okay. And then I learned something very profound. Sometimes it's not until you have the whole result that you're making progress in life. Sometimes process is part of the progress. And because we Gen Zs, we are often used with results. I opened my store. I did this. I did that. No, sometimes in a year, the only thing that you may do may just be one thing. And doesn't make you a stagnant human being. That lady now that she learns UI UX developer, it may be that this year she can implement that thing and make millions from it. So don't feel less of yourself because you are still on one thing throughout a year. It may be that in a year you just learned photography. It may be that in a year you just learned furnitures. It may be that in a year you just learned how to make hair. It may be that in a year you just learned something. So this year, like enjoy your process. Enjoy the process. Enjoy every beautiful lessons you are learning. For some of us, God wants to use this year to build our capacity. God may want to use this year to build you. God may want to use this year to teach you, patience. And your business may not flow for 1 year. It may not flow for 2 years. It may not flow for 3 years. It's not a course. I can remember, let me use my mom's store for a while for something. I can remember when I was in GS3, that's when she opened her first store. And for a whole year, my mom would come back from work and then ask her sales girl, "Were you able to sell anything today?" And she said no. And it happened repeatedly like that for a whole year. She may not sell, I think she did not sell like at the sales of those 3 times. And then the second year, the same thing happened. She was still in one shop for the second year. And by the third year, she was able to, expand and was able to have like 3 more shops to that one shop, and the business got expanded. And for some people, we see that as, oh, process is not the progress, and that is a lie. For so many people, God is going to build your capacity first. He's going to build you first before He can give you something. And that is why I said number 2 that you should pray, but don't pray for what you are not prepared for. Some of you want to drive car, and yet you've not even learned how to drive. Some of you want to have some businesses, and yet you don't even learn the principle behind business. See, for you to have a lasting business, or for you to last in anything you do in life, you have to pass through the process. You have to have the capacity. For you to build to last, then you have to build first. The building first, build to last. It has to build, then you will last. But if you don't pass through that building place, trust me, some of us will not last. That's why so many people open businesses in a year. and then it collapsed after a year because they didn't wait. I'm saying it that you need to wait. Some of you don't even understand the season that you are in right now. You need to understand the season that you are in right now. So many people, you don't know if the season that God is preparing for you now is the season where you have to be patient and just wait for Him to build you for that assignment, build you for that business He wants you to undo, build you. I can remember last year I wanted to spread my clothes, and we have a line where we spread clothes at home. And that day, my spirit told me that don't spread your clothes on that particular line. And in my mind, I'm like, I spread my clothes there yesterday. Why should I not spread my clothes here this year? A bit today. And I didn't discover something. So as I placed my clothes on the line, as I turned back, I realized that the cloth has fallen. Why? I realized that that rope has become very weak. So it cannot hold the clothes I placed on it. And guess what? I said that I placed my clothes a day before, but I realized that the clothes that I placed on it was a light one, but the one that I placed on it the other day was an heavy one. So it could not sustain or even hold that that particular clothes. So that's how some of you are living life. You think that, oh, because the business is like this, let me just do it like that. No, so many times there are times that hard seasons will come, but if you haven't built up yourself for the hard seasons, when those hard seasons come, you're going to fall or even collapse. So that's why it's very important. You want to, some of us, yes, we want to build mansions, we want to build a lot of things. If you discover, for so many people that has done great things in life, they passed through seasons where it was very tough for them. But those seasons were where God was building them. There's certain people that you've never heard their voice before. And you were wondering when they came up, where have you been all your life? Trust me, they've been there. But God was building them for now. So some of you need to understand. That's why I'm saying again, understand which season you are in now. It may be the season where God is telling you, why don't you sit and let me tell you principles on how business is run? Why don't you go to that person's shop and learn this skill first before you even start your? I know that you know it, but why don't you go to this person's place and learn it? It may be that for some of you, God is saying, don't start that business for now. Write it down. Write it down. Let me tell you something that happened to me last year. I got an idea last year, and in my mind, I was like, oh my God, this idea is great. So I set up a team and said, we're going to work on this idea. And 2 months after, God intentionally left me like 2 months after. And God was saying, Auntie, that idea, I know that the time is now. Shut it down. And in my mind, I'm like, oh God, why now? And then for my business too, God told me, shut down the business. I didn't ask you to do the business. And in my mind, I was like, no, 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 no. Because I was already having familiar customers and I was already getting better. But God was like, that time is not the time I started it. And in my mind, I thought I had the idea. Trust me, last year, I thought I had the idea of running business. And I wanted to just make money and, do what my mates were doing. So that's why I jumped into the business. I felt like I had the idea. I had the best thing to do. I had the resources. So why don't I step into the business? And I was doing quite well. I had a lot of customers. So in my mind, I was like, I'm doing well. And God was like, if you want to last, you need to shut down the business. And I was like, no, 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 I cannot shut it down. What will I tell you what I'm doing? Some of you, I don't know if that's happened to you before. You go for conference and then they cut to your point and say, hi, what do you do? And you're like, I'm doing something. I'm just, waiting on God. You cannot say something like that. When somebody beside you is saying, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, I own 3 businesses. And then you are there, you're like, so that's what happened to me. And I felt like I need to start my business. I have the money, I have the idea, I have people I can talk to and rebrand. It's not hard. So I started on the journey. And God told me, if you really want to last, you need to shut down that business for a while and then wait and let me help you. And I wrote something here. I said, capacity is the ability to be able to catch up with the destiny allocated to you and meet up with the ruggedness, tenacity, and the timing attached to your dream. Is the ability to be able to catch up. So let me tell you something. When you build capacity, you are able to catch up. See, speed becomes an advantage. But when you don't build capacity, even though you speed, even though you quickly on, you quickly off. And that's the truth. And there's one thing I want you to know is that you can carry over New Year, you can cross over New Year, but you cannot cross over season. There's something about season that if you miss some certain season in your life, you will have to repeat it. You will not cross over to another season. And that's one thing with God. You will not cross over to another season in God if you have missed your first season. Now imagine a child. Now imagine, let's imagine like a child, if a child fail first term, he can do second term, obviously. He can do third term. But if you fail third term, you will have to repeat and start first term, second term, and third term again. So it's possible that you can move into a new year and not move into a new season. So if it that you did not learn patience last year, God will teach you patient again this year. So why don't you just wait and just enjoy the season right now? Let God teach you. Let him teach you patience. Let him teach you whatever he wants to teach you. And trust me, why? And there's nothing like luck. You don't see somebody but they say, she's very lucky. She made the 1 million naira. Oh no. See, something about luck is preparation meeting opportunity. Are you prepared for the opportunity? Some of us we want opportunity, but we are not prepared for the opportunities. Are you prepared for the opportunity? Are you? It's like a child that goes for exam and doesn't prepare for exam. So you cannot pass. You will fail. And that's how some of us we want. And in let me tell you something, life examination can come up at any time. Opportunity can come up at any time. And if you don't prepare for it, trust me, you will fail at it. You will fail. And there's nothing you can do about it. If you fail, you fail. Only if you're able to cheat out of, well, you cannot even cheat out of destiny. Imagine you not preparing well for an interview and you want to pass the interview. You cannot pass it. Some of us want to have a job this year. You don't know what it takes to be employed. You don't even know certain common questions that an interviewer can ask someone that is looking for a job. You don't even know. And you want a job. You don't want a job. Some of you don't even know what it takes to start that business and you want to start the business. Trust me, you need to just sit down and build capacity. Sit down, be prepared for the future. Then the future is not running away. See, thinking that if you prepare well, trust when the opportunity comes, see, you will overtake those people that have gone ahead. That's one thing. That's a beautiful thing about preparation. Once you are prepared for an opportunity, if you know that you are going to be, and see, let me tell you something. That is one thing I want to emphasize on. Prepare early. Prepare early. It's very important. You have to prepare early. And it will lead me to my other points. You have to prepare early. And that is knowing what you want. Some people don't know what they want out of life. Some of you, if I ask you that, what do you want in the year 2025? Some of you don't even know. Imagine somebody just comes to meet you now, maybe on the side of the road, and asks you, what do you want? And you're like, you see, Chintu, I don't want to be an amazing year. And I want 1 million naira. If they ask, what do you want to use 1 million naira? I don't want to. Do you know what you want? See, when you know what you want, it will pursue you every single day as you stand up, as you wake up, it's even the kind of people that you work with. Because if you know what you want and you know that you are heading to, if you know what you want, if you know where you are going and you know what you want, you will know order for what is not important. So the reason why you are not doing what you're meant to be doing right now is because you don't know what you want. If you know you want to eat pizza, you will not bother ordering for amala because you know what you want. But if you get somewhere you don't know what you want, you can just order for anything. It's like you going for market, you don't know the exact thing you want to buy. You don't end up buying things that you don't need, things that are important, and you end up even facing those people that you are not meant to even meet at the first place. Imagine you go to market and someone that you want to buy yam, and then you're facing someone that is saying, what's this locust beans in Yoruba? And you get carried away with her. You will not focus on. See, some of you, the reason why you're not focusing on those that will move you forward is because you don't know what you want. There's not a relationship that you cannot enter. There's not a romantic relationship you're not meant to even be with because you don't know what you want. If you really know what you want, I want someone that is focused, someone that can help, someone that is inspiring, someone that is amazing. You will not focus on someone that is stingy, and that is the truth. So many of us, we put our hand into what I know to put our hand because we don't know where to place our hand at first. So this year, I'm asking of you that know what you want. See, when you know what you want, see, when you know what you want, trust me, that you will go very far in this year 2025. So take your time, analyze yourself, look at yourself. Say, Oluwatuna, what do I want? What do I want out of life? What do I want in the year 2025? What aim do I want to pass through? Okay, what lessons do I want to learn? Okay, what skill do I want to take up? Or what do I want? See, when you look deep into yourself, you will be able to enjoy yourself. When you know what you want, it's not going to be hard for you to live life. In fact, at a point you will not be confused. You will not even compare yourself with other people. Because you know, I know what I want. So why am I comparing myself? So some of the reason why some of us compare ourselves is because you don't know what you want. That's the truth. When you know what you want, you know, sometimes you know that I don't need a car now. So why will I be looking at someone that has a car and be jealous? I cannot. Because I know that I don't need it now. But if I know that I really want this, if that you want a car and you know you are working towards it, you have no problem looking at someone that has a car and doesn't know what he wants to do with it. So you the reason why some of you just live life anyhow, go clubbing sometimes, go some social gatherings that are not important because you don't know what you want. Because if you know what you know what you want to do with your life. That's the truth. When you know what you know what you want to do with your life. You know some certain meetings you're meant to go for. You know some certain friends you're meant to keep. That's the truth. That leads me to my number 6 point. See, association this year is what will determine how accelerated your year will be. And that's the truth. Relationship is very crucial in fulfilling destiny in life. See, if you don't have relationship, trust me. See, one of the greatest currency a man can have is relationship. And that's the truth. Trust me, and calm down, calm down. I'm not talking about romantic relationship in as much as it's involved. Sometimes too, some certain friendship, but certain association can determine how far you're going to go in life. Having the correct thing, having the correct associations. That's why some of you need to stop what you are doing this year. Some of you, when you enter your workplace, you don't smile at all. Let me tell you something. When there is a chance for list of people that are going to get promoted, nobody will tell you. That's the truth. Some of you need to be friendly with so many people. You don't know. See, the answer to your miracle may be with the person sitting down next to you in your workplace. The answer to your miracle may be that same person in your DM. Reach out to people. Now, I'm not saying useless people, right? I'm saying people that you know that they know where they are going to. Like I said, when you know what you want, you work with people that I can give you what you want. That's the truth. So association is very critical. Make sure you have great association this year. See, build friendship that will help you. I was looking at a video this morning, and that video, it's about Dr. Akinpelu. It was saying that if you have friends that can be there for you, you have people that it's not necessary you pay for all things and they pay for you and certain things. Trust me, you have a balanced life. He said you are very rich, and that's the truth. You are very rich because some of you, the reason why you have not done that thing you're meant to do is because you have not found those people that can help you do it. That's one thing about association. I can remember in the year 2022 or 2021, I started a journey of spoken word, and one of my friends bought me a book on spoken word. I couldn't get the book, and guess what? It helped me balance up in the book. So very importantly, make sure that you build association this year. And I wrote something here. I said, let me look for what I said. I said, I haven't seen a chicken and an eagle flying together. Cause the chicken loves to fly low, but the eagle aims to soar higher. And that's the truth. You cannot see an eagle walking alongside with a chicken. Because you know that the chicken, if it no lumawa, it cannot go far. And that's the truth for some of you. You need to stop working with chicken this year because you are an eagle. Stop working with people that they don't know what they want. Stop working with that they don't know how high they want to fly. So, one of the reasons why I had to stop the relationship I had last year. This particular person that me and my friend were moving with, and the lady would say, why do you people like praying? You know what I'm like? Should we be cursing? Well, for me, it was like a red flag. Trust me, red flag is not always in a romantic relationship. Sometimes red flag is needed in relationships, and it's very important. The person had that issue. The person was so stingy, and I feel like this relationship we cannot go far. I think there's one thing that happened. I wanted to record with this person's phone. I can remember one time I wanted to record with this person's phone. The person is using iPhone basically. The person was like, I gave you those 10 minutes. 10 minutes and I'm going to collect my phone. I'm like, if you're my friend, I expect you to do better. And that is one thing. See, stop staying in a relationship that will hurt you. I'll also talk about offense in one of the episodes. See, any relationship that will not help you move forward or make progress this year, cut it off. Both romantic, both friendship, both work association, cut them off. In as much as you know that this association will help you, make friends this year. I'm telling you, good ones. So friends that can help you get better, friends that can build you. And trust me, this year you are good to go. You're able to have a fulfilled year at that. So make sure you have friends, people that they care about you, people that are ready to sacrifice. See, one of the things I've noticed about relationship is sacrifice. See, if that word sacrifice is missing in that relationship, trust me, you're in a wrong relationship. Sacrificial relationship. That's what you should aim for this year. Sacrifice. It may not be. It may not that you have. It may not be that you have money to give your friend. It may be that you have time to give your friend. It may be that you have resources. It may be that you're able to go out for your friend. You're able to talk about your friend in a particular. Some of you, you have friends that if they say that maybe you're a baker now and they are in their office and they say they want to bake cake for their year, they cannot mention your name like you. So that those type of friends, don't friends that cannot mention your name in place of opportunities, that cannot say, I have a friend that does this, I have a friend that does that. It's not until you give money that you can have a quality relationship. Sometimes sometimes resources. What do I have that this my friend does not have? Then I give it to her. There are so many times I know that I don't have money to do my friend for birthday. Let me tell you something. I make them feel special. I do voiceover. That's what I can give you. That's the truth. I'm not saying that you shouldn't get gift for your friends, no matter how little it is. But if you know that you don't have, don't go and steal. You can do something special and make them feel happy. You can do something very, very, very amazing. You can go holler for them. You can get them a cake, even if it's small. You can just sacrifice yourself for your friendship. So this year we're waiting for what? Sacrificial relationship. And then in the next episode, I'll be talking about other certain ways on how to live and have a fulfilled year in this year 2025. Watch out for it. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for?